Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Ebony Christina from ebonychristina.com. In this video today, I am going to walk you through how to create a free, quick, and easy resume that is sure to help you land your dream job. So grab a pen, get some paper, take notes, and let's get started. Okay, so now I know y'all are used to seeing me on camera, but in this video, I'm actually going to walk you through on my computer how I would create a resume and give you some tips along the way. So I'm using a MacBook, but you don't have to use a MacBook. If you have a PC, that works just as great as well. Now, the first program I'm going to be using is Microsoft Word. If you don't have Microsoft Word, that's perfectly fine. I'm going to show you another way you can do it is by using Google Docs. And Google Docs is actually a free application you can use online just by visiting google.com. So if you have Microsoft Word on your computer already, all you have to do is just go and open up the application. When you open up Microsoft Word, they already come with ready to edit templates. And on here, I'm just going to go and search for the resume templates, which they usually have about 1 or 2 options available for you. But then you see they have all kinds of templates where they're trying to create a list, make a journal, a brochure, whatever. But I'm going to go down to the resumes, and you see they have a basic resume. And they also have a cover letter template, but today we're just going to focus on a resume. Once you find the one you want, just go ahead and open it up. Now, as you can see, once you open up the template, it is already completely designed for you, and it has all the information that you need. And all you have to do is pretty much just fill in your personal information where these fields are. So I'm gonna go ahead and start filling in my information and show y'all how this will look. Now I'm gonna make some few changes along the way, just how I like to personally have my resume look, but you can completely follow their template if you want to. It's perfectly fine. So where it says name, I'm just gonna enter my name, Ebony Christina. Address, phone number, email, you just wanna go ahead and enter your information. So I'll just go ahead and fill in some fake dummy information here. And it's as simple as that. And you just do that all throughout the resume until you're done. Now, when it comes to your email address, let me give you a little tip. Always use a professional email address when applying to a job. So if you have miss2sexyforyou@gmail.com, don't use that on your application, please. Do yourself a favor, create a new one, and just use something simple. A good rule of thumb is just to use your first and last name at whatever your email provider is. So I'm going to use ebonychristina@gmail.com. And when you press enter, it may turn your email address into a hyperlink. Don't worry about that. That's not really a big deal, and you can always change it back if you like. And the next thing I'm going to do is add a border onto my resume. I kind of like to have things structured, my personal information separate from my professional information. So if you want to, you can add one as well. Now, the next section is the skill summary. Now, this is going to be the area where you're pretty much going to introduce yourself to the company. Give them an overview of your previous work experience, what your objective is, and this is a great place to also include keywords into your resume. Basically, you want to tell them what it is you can bring to the company. What do you have to offer? So feel free in this section to go ahead and brag about yourself. Now, just a second ago, I mentioned keywords, entering keywords into your resume. So here's a second tip for you. A lot of companies, especially larger companies who receive a lot of applicants, a lot of applications in a day, they pretty much don't have time to sit there and manually sort through every application that they receive. So a way to filter that process is by using keyword search software. And what keyword search software does is basically it looks for particular keywords in the applicant's application as well as resume, and they pull those applications first. So what you want to be sure you do for whatever job you're applying for, you want to put in keywords that directly relate to the position. So for this resume sample, I am going to use keywords that relate to the flight attendant position. So if I were using this particular resume to apply with an airline, I would be sure to include keywords such as customer service, safety, maybe leadership, policies, certain words or phrases that directly relate to the position that I'm applying for. Now, just to save time, I just listed the keywords in the skill summary on this example, but for your own resume, you want to include it in more of a paragraph format. So if you need help finding the right verbiage or how that should look, just look up skill summary templates or career objective templates in Google, and you'll find a ton of examples, and you can pretty much just edit and pop that right in your own resume. And you don't want your skill summary to be any more than 4 lines. So I would say somewhere around 3 to 4 lines would be just enough. You want it to be detailed, but you also want it to be concise, because most of the real information is going to come next in your work experience. Now in this resume sample, it shows that the education is going to come next, and that's fine. You can put your education next, or you can put your work experience. It really doesn't matter. So for this example, I'm going to indicate that I graduated from college. So in this field, I would put my university information, what year I graduated, also what kind of degree I received, such as like a Bachelor of Science, and what my major was in. You can also include what your minor was, any special awards you received, any achievements you had. This would be the section you want to include that. Now, if you graduated from college, there's really no reason to put in your high school information, because if you went to college, it's almost implied that you graduated from high school. On the other hand, if you didn't go to college and you received your high school diploma or your GED, then this is where you're going to want to enter that information. Okay, so we've come to the work experience section. Now we're going to pause for a second because I have a couple tips I want to give you in order to make this section really stand out. Now, the first thing, you want to enter your most recent and relevant work experience here. So usually what I mean by most recent, date back to the last 10 years. Anything over 10 years, if it's not relevant to the position, then it doesn't need to go into this resume. And then what I mean by relevant is you want to enter jobs or work experience you've had where the skills you use, the job roles that you had directly relate to what you could be doing in this position and what you're applying for. So that's the first tip. The second tip is, in order to make your job roles and the duties sound really nice, once again, you can go into Google and you can just Google job descriptions. So for this example, I'm going to say that I worked at a bank as a banker. So I would simply go into Google banker job descriptions, take that information and edit it so that it fits what I was actually doing. You can add or you can take away if it isn't relevant to you. Take that information, edit it, and pop it right into this resume. And there you go. Easy, just like that, you have a professionally written job description. Now, your resume job description should definitely be more detailed than mine, but just to save us some time today, I'm just going to put some information in there. I like to have mine in bullet point format because, once again, like I said, I like to have my resume look nice and structured, and I think the bullet points really helps to do that. Now, after you're done doing that with your work experience, the next section they have is awards and achievements. But I'm actually going to take that and I'm going to change that to community service, because I like to include community service into my resume. And this is the next tip for you. Companies love to see that their potential candidates are well-rounded. So you can have an impressive work experience, an impressive education, but they also like to see that you give back to the community. So the community service section is the great place to do that. So if you have any community service you've done, if you volunteer for let's say a soup kitchen at your church, in your community, anything that you've done to give back to the community and volunteer, this is where you want to include that information. And I would say include, really, the more the merrier, but at least 3 would be fine. And the next section that you want to include in your resume, which I actually forgot to include when I was recording my screen, is a special skills section. So this is the section where you're going to enter any extra information, any extra skills or certifications that you have that relate to the job that you're applying for. So going back to the flight attendant example for this resume, if you are fluent in multiple languages, this will be the area where you would include any languages that you're fluent in. Also, if you're certified in CPR, because flight attendants must be certified in CPR. If you're already certified, that's great information. So you want to include that in your resume as well. So go ahead and include any special skills that you have, any certifications you have in that section. And then once you're done with that, you are pretty much done with all the information you need to include in your resume. And I would recommend keeping your resume to 2, no more than 3 pages. You want your resume to be detailed, but also as concise as possible. Once you're finished entering all your information into your resume and you're happy with how it looks, the final step that you need to do is save your resume. So I'm going to go ahead and just save this resume, and I would save it just as your first, last name, resume, and the year. So I would say this is Ebony Christina resume 2017. Save it as either a doc file or a PDF. I think I prefer PDF because when you save it as a PDF, the formatting stays exactly the same. It doesn't move at all. So preferably save it as a PDF, but if you want to, you can save it as a doc file. And there you have it. Your resume is all done and is good to go and is ready to upload into all of your applications. Now, finally, as promised, if you don't have Microsoft Word, I'm going to show you another free way that you can create a resume using Google Docs. So all you have to do is go to Google, search Google Docs, and their application will come up. You simply go into the application, and if you have a Gmail account, you already have access to Google Docs. If you don't have a Gmail account, you do just have to create like a Gmail sign-in of some sort, and it will give you access to use Google Docs. But Google Docs is amazing. I use it for everything. I use it for everything. I use it more than I use Microsoft Word, and it is completely free. So go in there, sign in, and just like Microsoft Word, when you get inside, they have several templates. So you see at the top, they have the resume templates. I'm going to select the first one first. I really like this one because I just like how it's set up, and it already has all the fields, the skills, the education, work experience, even a section for languages. I think that's pretty cool. So if you like this one, you can go into Google Docs and edit this resume just like I edited the one previously. And just to show you that you have options, there's another resume template that Google Docs has that looks more similar to the one that I was editing. This one's actually structured exactly the same, so you can go in and you can edit that one if you want to. And there you have it. That is a free, quick, and easy way to create a professional and impressive resume that is sure to help you get the job that you're looking for. And in the description box, as a bonus, I created 2 documents that you can download for free that can help you with your resume. One has resume tips, and the other is a finished resume template that I created that can help you as a guide. And thank you so much for watching this entire video. If you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, like this video, also subscribe to my channel, and follow me on social media at Ebony Christina. Thank you, and I wish you all the best.